Dragons are magical, mythical, legendary creatures that have their origins in cultures from around the world for many, many, many centuries. LEGO has taken their stab at adapting dragons into brick-built form to varying degrees of success. I, Daniel Lewa, am joined by Methuselah to talk about the top 100 LEGO dragons.
So just a couple of criterias. We're going to be ranking each dragon basically by how cool they are. The overall set will take into account a little bit, but we're purely going based off the dragon. We're going to say one brief comment about each one until we get closer to the top 10, where we may discuss them a little bit more. Well, here's number 100, the Ronin REX. It comes with this little ghost dragon who's just a little apparition. He's really not that much to talk about.
99, Iris Pegasus Sleigh. A little molded dragon that's both creepy and cute at the same time.
Number 98, Cole's Dragon. This looks a little more like an ostrich than a dragon.
97, Kai's Fire Dragon. It's a little creepy because it looks like its arms got chopped off from its body.
Number 96, another armless dragon, Jace Thunder Dragon Evo.
Number 95, Dragon Bolt from Hero Factory. This is doing all sorts of things, but none of them particularly well except for the awesome lightning bolts.
Number 94, Ninja Dragon Temple. This is a very baby dragon with a very large head, and actually Nia's integrated into the body of the dragon.
93, Micro World The End. A really cute looking ender dragon.
92, Nia and Aaron's baby dragon battle. Enough with the baby dragons. We do see a molded Ryu, but we're basically basing this set off the electric dragon that looks like Jay is not very secured on.
91, the Red Dragon. Very adorable, lots of charm.
Number 90, Raya and Sisu Dragon. I don't know, I told Daniel Leo let's get this one off the top 100 because it's just cursed, but hey, it's unique if anything.
89, Kai's Fire Dragon Evo. Nice long wings, but the skimpiest ankles of all time.
Number 88, Kai's Source Dragon Battle. It's really cool with the 4 wings, cool silhouette, but she's not really secured on this dragon as well.
87, the Golden Dragon. For such an epic scene from the show, you'd expect something a little more epic from the dragon.
Number 86, we have Ninjago 10. 10th anniversary brickheads for Ninjago, and maybe our only dragon brickheads here. Firstborn as a brickhead, which is kind of cool.
85, Medieval Castle. A brick-built little green dragon. Very nice green.
Number 84, Nia's Water Dragon Evo. Not the biggest fan of any of these Evo sets, but not as bad as the ones below it.
83, Dragon Tower from Duplo. And if anyone says Duplo can't go hard, they are wrong because this is a very metal Duplo set and this dragon is fantastic.
Number 82, the Black Castle, also a similar mold of the Duplo dragon if you look closely here, but in green, and it's just really awesome.
81, the Golden Dragon. This is the original, not the legacy version, and the Lloyd all golden, and this dragon just works a little better than the previous one.
Number 80, Viking Boat against the Wyvern Dragon. This is a really cool mini sleek dragon. The head is so simple yet sleek.
79, Cole's Earth Dragon Evo. This dragon perfectly fits Cole's vibe of just big chunky animals.
Number 78, the Empire Dragon is a Digi Dragon. And wow, the black is really cool because it makes all the other accents pop.
77, Final Flight of Destiny's Bounty. The dragon here is kind of it's a better version of the one we saw earlier on this list, the other ghost mini dragon, but it's still not a true epic ghost dragon.
Number 76, the Dragon Dance. Maybe this dragon's more of a costume, but hey, it still counts, and the feature can actually make it dance up and down. Will be really nice for your grandma to have on display.
75, Hungarian Horntail Triwizard Challenge. Not the last Hungarian Horntail we're going to see here, but it's definitely the worst.
So we've lumped together a lot of the creator dragons, so here's the worst of them, which is 74, the Mythical Creatures.
73, Red Creatures. The build on this dragon is a little cooler, and the black and red are a good combination.
Number 72, the Fire Dragon, is also a little bit more cooler because we have some blue accents.
71, Fiery Legend. This excels in the fact that it has the cloth wings, and even though it's a bit of a chunkier build as it's an older creator set, it is definitely a little more intimidating than the previous creator dragons.
Number 700, number 70, Destiny's Bounty Race Against Time. I like the sleekness of this medium-sized dragon here, and that printed eyes work really well as a printed solution. Not having pupils would make it look kind of uncanny.
69, the End Battle. This Ender Dragon is definitely a step up from the last one.
Number 68 is also the Ender Dragon. This one is a little bit more stable than the other one, so it's above it, less breakable, and a little bit more to scale of what the Ender Dragon looks like in Minecraft.
67, Jay's Cyber Dragon, yet another Digi Dragon. I like the build of this one. I built it. It doesn't do anything much better than a lot of other dragons, and it leaves a lot to be desired.
It's not special. Number 66, the Titanium Dragon. I don't know what the show implications are, but this looks like a titanium Zane on a titanium ice dragon, and I think that's pretty raw.
65, Hagrid's Hut. This Norbert is a little wacky because it looks more like a Norbert statue, but it gets the job done.
64, Battle at the Ancient Village. Yeah, I built this one. Way too many stickers, but it does look like a kind of an elegant, more Chinese, Japanese-inspired dragon rather than a lot of the Western dragons that we get in Lego form.
63, Dragonstone Shrine. While not a living, breathing dragon, this stone dragon really captures what a statue of a dragon could be like in Lego form, with a lot of rough edges.
Okay, it looks like we're onto
dragon.
the elves grouping section. The 11-star tree bat attack. So this is sort of an uncanny bat fusion with the dragon. You know, why is this above the Dragonstone Shrine and Shang-Chi's dragon? I don't know. But we kind of grouped all the elves together.
61, the Secret Marketplace. This dragon can carry your treasure box, and that can be very useful.
Oh, now we're cooking. Number 60, Era and the Song of the Wind Dragon. The Song of the Wind Dragon? Now that's a dragon that you want to be on your team.
59, Rosalind's Healing Hideout. The crystal tail on this dragon is actually pretty nice design, and the colors are very clean.
Okay, so number 58, the Dragon Sanctuary. A little bit bigger of a French dragon. Love the aerial pieces on the tail. Colors are very striking. The dual wing colors are also really striking. It looks like something that came straight out of Dragon Veil, the iPad app.
57, Fire Dragon's Lava Cave. The colors on this one really pop, with the sharp magenta and orange contrasting, and that does a lot of favors.
They were definitely cooking with these Friends Dragons color schemes. The 56, Queen Dragon's Rescue, has a regal and beautiful dragon here with gold, blue, and white.
55, the Goblin King's Evil Dragon. He even has evil dragon eye tattoos. But in my opinion, this Elves Dragon is the best of all the Elves Dragons, as it has a great color scheme and a very nice, kind of cute, creepy build, as most of these Elves Dragons were known to have.
Number 54, Jay's Elemental Dragon.
Just, you don't know what you're looking at. Like, what is that?
Yeah, so how is it that high? Well, there's no going back now, so what can we say about this? You can really see the lightning just emanating from this gradient of blue wings. You have the translucent blue to the solid blue, and it really just feels like a thunderstrike dragon.
53, Wu's Battle Dragon. This dragon played a very cute and important role in the Master of the Mountain season of Ninjago, and the way it was pulled off in brick build form is very nice.
Number 52, the Stormbringer. Number 52, the Stormbringer. This is a little bit upgrade of Jace Dragon, a little bit more sleek, a little sleeker than Jace Elemental Dragon, so I think it's definitely an upgrade, and this dragon has now evolved.
51, Legoland Park. Okay, so if you look in the right of this picture, you can see the iconic dragon roller coaster train. You gotta admit, if you've ever seen ads for Legoland, or if you've been to Legoland, that image is in your mind of it. So just for that, this is a very iconic dragon.
Number 50, we're in the top 50. It's about to get controversial. The Dragon Pit. Yeah, the rest of the set is amazing, but it's actually a very solid and brute dragon. Looks a lot more grounded. It completely captures the savagery of this Ninjago wave.
49, Earth Dragon Defense. This is a good example of how a lot of dragons, even in mythology, don't have wings. And this one doesn't have wings and is pretty rugged and rough, just like Cole.
Number 48, Dragon Mountain. So this is like if you got Smaug off Wish. I'm not the hugest fan of molded dragons, but we're here to represent the molded dragon fans because we know you're out there. So look, top 50, Dragon Mountain.
47, Hagrid's Hut and an Unexpected Visit. Speaking of molded dragons, Norbert got an upgrade and is looking fire in this brand new molded Norbert.
Dang, Norbert, I see you. Number 46, Ice Dragon Attack. Classic Zane's Dragon. Is this Zane's first dragon? Zane's first dragon ever. Iconic.
45, Fire Temple. Kai's first dragon. They really got a lot of mileage out of these molded Ninjago heads, but they're pretty nostalgic.
Number 44, Viking Catapult versus the Nidhogg Dragon. It's a little bit of a mix with the construction pieces with brick-built pieces, but I think they marry the two together very well, and it's going to give a lot of posability. The Vikings theme dragon is really... The Vikings theme is really raw, and I'm sad I missed out on it.
It's definitely not Midhogg Dragon, am I right? 43, Dragon of the East Palace. This dragon could be way, way cooler if it actually had the rest of its body. But I think for half of a dragon, it's absolutely stellar.
And then we have 42, Sora's Transforming Mech Bike Racer. This is the set where we're counting Baby Ryu as the dragon of the set. He is a molded piece, and he's probably one of the better singular molded piece dragons.
41, Fire Breathing Fortress. So we can all go back and thank whoever designed this original Lego dragon for making such a cool iconic mold. very European-inspired dragon.
Number 40, how come I got stuck with the Ryus? Okay, number 40, young dragon Ryu. Ryu has now evolved to his stage 1 evolution. Maybe, and hopefully stage 2 is next, because this is the awkward teenager phase.
39, Heatwave transforming lava dragon. While I don't love the colors on this, the ability to move the neck up and down is really nice, but it also shows an unfortunate trend of a lot of LEGO dragons having these weird blade-based wings, which is like just a skeletal, and you have to use your imagination.
Number 38, the green energy dragon, Lloyd's dragon. The wings on this are pretty cool. Granted, they're vinyl. If you're a vinyl hater, it's not going to work out for you, but they did provide a lot of texture on these, and I like the small, sleek head and the big, thick leg.
37, Overlord dragon. Finally, Ninjago Legacy was able to give us a version of the Overlord dragon based on the final battle season of Ninjago. This goes hard. The purple, black, and dark blue with gold accent.
Number 36, Skeleton Tower. It looks like we have another molded dragon, but it's an upgrade. The neck is more posable, the eyes are more detailed, the colors work a little better with the black and red being integrated better. And this is classic. I hate this. Daniel Lego likes this, and I hate this.
I like it. Maybe because it's nostalgia, because we grew up with Fantasy Era Castle. But it's a beautifully well-rendered dragon in molded brick-built combination.
If I wanted the big molded dragon, I would go get the action figure section at Walmart. I'm trying to build some stuff for real.
35, Hungarian Horntail Dragon. Definitely a step up from the last one because the wings on this can actually flap as you turn the crank at the bottom. Doesn't quite capture all that you would want out of a Hungarian Horntail, and we are likely going to see a better version, in my opinion, later in the list.
Number 60. Why am I getting stuck with these? The Troll Warship. This is another molded dragon, but this time it is awesome because the dragon is actually wearing a helmet.
33, Viking Double Catapult versus the Armored Ofnir Dragon. Speaking of armored dragons, what I love about Vikings is that they combined a lot of the Knights Kingdom like action figure armor pieces and Bionicle pieces with Lego pieces to make pretty cool and epic builds.
32, Master Wu Dragon. I did build it. It is an elegant dragon for Master Wu, and I do appreciate his mustache and elegant teapot.
31, Lightning Dragon Battle. Jay's very first dragon. It has a lot of presence and could probably blow the other Wave 1 dragons out of the water.
Number 30, the Mythical Creatures Creator. And you can do an alternate dragon build as well with 3 heads, so kind of an all-in-one dragon set. But this is probably the best creator dragon set. The green is classic. 39, Green Ninja Mech Dragon from the Lego Ninjago movie. This thing is sleek, and while it's a shrunk-down version from the movie, it is so unique from anything we've had before. Number 28, Nindroid Mech Dragon. This is threatening beyond belief with giant buzzsaws, and I love the cyborg dragons. It is just a 10 out of 10 Ninjago set. IMO. 27, Bazon and Cardus. This is tagged as dragon in brick set. It is so hardcore. This is a combination of several different Bionicle sets, and man, I would not want to go up against this guy in any sort of fight. This is what the kids want, not dreams. Number 26, Maze Guardian Dragon. Beautifully elegant. I don't love the relish and mayonnaise color scheme mixed with gold on top of that, but beautifully detailed dragon. 25, Harry and the Hungarian Horntail. While this dragon doesn't have quite all of the brick-built features of the previous Horntail, it does have, I think, one of the best printed dragon heads ever. So many details around the eyes and the nose and everything. It can't be beat as far as those prints go. And we have number 24, Castle of the Forsaken Emperor. A little bit more villainous of a ice dragon. Doesn't look like it would be Zane's friend, but that's up to your imagination. And it has beautiful, thick talons on its toes. 23, Egalt the Master Dragon. I have seen Dragons Rising Season 2. Egalt is so dope. That alone bumps this up a little higher. Speaking of dope, the epic dragon battle. Wow, when I built this recently, it was definitely an experience with the 4 molded Ninjago heads of each different element, the massive wings, and just the fact that you can battle the snake. Like, it is a classic Ninjago epic set. 21, Night Lord's Castle. You remember that green dragon from before? This is that, but black, and it looks way cooler in my opinion. You're stuck with it again. 20, King's Castle Siege. Now, this is one of the best molded dragons, right? Surely there won't be any more, but black and red, this time black taking a little bit of the forefront. I had this as a kid. 19, Dragon's Forge. Okay, so what if you take a dragon and you split it in half and make it 2 dragons in one? You get the Dragon's Forge where half of it is fire, half of it is water, perfectly representing Kai and Nia, but in dragon form.
That's just awesome.
Number 18, Attack of the Moro Dragon. Okay, now we finally have the peak ghost dragon. Ultimate death and destruction and demonic activity.
17, Zane's ice dragon creature. This dragon can transform into like a bipedal creature, but it's so chunky and it's thick. This is a thick dragon.
Number 16, the Firstborn. Now, so technically by the title, this is the Firstborn dragon in the Ninjago lore, and it's really raw, and I think it's really authentic, and I love its devilish horns. Has an aura about it.
15, jungle dragon. This has a completely different aura. You can really tell how playful it is based on how it's kind of shaped, and it feels like it's a dog about to pounce.
Oh, in the top 15. So number 14, Gringotts Wizarding Bank, the collector's edition. So we do get a brick-built Ukrainian iron-bellied dragon from the classic scene from Harry Potter, and it's just really cool how you can play out this entire scene under this modular building with the minecarts and the beautifully built dragon.
13, the Lonely Mountain from Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. And this is an even cooler version of all the molded dragons that we've seen before, because not only is it Smaug, voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch, it has much bigger wings, much bigger neck, and much more detailed all around.
Number 12, Viking Fortress against the Fafnir Dragon. I love, again, how they've incorporated these construction pieces into these Viking sets. Like, it works for the posability of the dragon so well, and you can give them those raw bionicle talons and such. Such a cool long neck.
11, Lloyd's Legendary Dragon. This hits almost all the points of what makes an awesome Ninjago dragon, except the color scheme, the dark blue and green just don't feel quite balanced enough to put this into the top 10.
Okay, we're in the top 10 territory. What is the number 10 dragon going to be? The water dragon. The wings are shorter on purpose. It's almost like it can swim. It's more effective. They're more like fins than they are wings. How creative is that? And just beautiful transparency, shaping, everything. Nailed it.
Interesting is that in Japanese lore, dragons are mostly long, serpentine, and a lot of the Ninjago dragons really don't capture that. So this is one of the first. Well, this is a dragon that definitely does capture that. And in Japanese culture, dragons are often associated with water. Number 9, Dragon of the East. Our other Monkey Kid set on the list represents the Dragon King of the East Sea, which is a mythological character from the Journey to the West book, as well as from Chinese mythology. And what's really cool about this one is that, unlike any other dragon we've seen, it has kind of a turtle shell on the back. So you have the really cool color scheme mixed with the cool, unique shaping and the dope minifigures in the set. There's just nothing to not like about this.
And just reading this part in the book when they first meet the Dragon of the East, it captures his kind of over-the-top, extravagant. Number 8, Fire Dragon Attack. Yeah, this is the elemental fire dragon. It's basically everything you could have wanted from a Western dragon. Huge wings, big talons.
The wingspan on this alone really makes it foreboding. And while this is more of a wyvern-style dragon with the talons on the end, it feels like it could just envelop anything it tries to attack. Number 7, the Ultra Dragon. We've seen a couple different variations of a 4-headed Ninjago dragon. This is the best one. It has brick-built heads, and we are fans of the brick-built stuff. And the shaping on the back with the handle is a little better done than on the previous version. So the combination of all the colors looks great, head designs looks great, and just overall, it captures the vibe a lot better.
Number 6, the Dragon Fortress from Orient Expedition. This is definitely the number one best molded dragon. How is this even a thing? It is extremely zany. I wonder how much this goes for. Golden mouth, translucent wings, zigzag tail with the golden printing, and this was all back in the day. This one is a collector's item, if anything.
Yeah, I would want one just to display on its own. The rest of the set is nice, but man, this dragon, impeccable. Number 5, the Dungeons & Dragons Red Dragon's Tail. So this dragon, known as Cinder Howl, I think, kind of the epitome of everything that we've seen as far as good dragon shaping, because it captures, you got 4 legs, you got the wings, fabric wings, which is great, spikes, tail, fire. Like, after years and years of the designers learning how to make good dragons, this kind of encapsulates where we're at with modern Lego dragon design.
I think it's the most polished off one, like with sanding paper, because you look at the details, like every scale, every stud has a scale on it, barely any exposed studs, and it feels very polished.
Number 4, the Auspicious Dragon. So in Chinese folklore, dragons are benevolent creatures, and they're more associated with deities, like we've seen in Journey to the West and Monkey Kid. This dragon, representing the year of the dragon, is symbolic also of good fortune. In any case, this dragon is beautiful. The colors, the shaping, the long serpentine body. It's just beautiful in every way. I would say this is the most beautiful and aesthetically pleasing Lego dragon ever made.
We're in the top 3 now. Number 3, Elemental Dragon versus the Empress Mech. This is the Thunder Dragon, similar to how we looked at the Pinnacle Fire Dragon earlier. This feels like lightning has been embodied into the dragon. It's like so tall and it's so big and has such a presence. It's just a power fantasy as a toy, and you want this and you want to have that dragon in real life. The colors are awesome, highlighting a lot more yellow, which we don't see as much with Jay's. It has a lot more yellow accents.
Number 2, Lloyd's Golden Ultra Dragon. Okay, so I guess I misspoke when I said the previous one was the best 4-headed dragon. This is the best multi-headed dragon Lego's ever made. The third version of the Ultra Dragon, and now it's all gold, which is really cool. Spoilers for the show, but this is essentially all of the ninja coming together, and it's them and their powers incarnate as a dragon working together. And so it symbolizes teamwork and unity, but also it symbolizes overcoming.
Like, this is like past the final boss. This is like when you get into the end game of a game and you get that crazy Pokemon that's broken on your team. This is the over-the-top extra all gold-plated dopest dragon.
Each head is unique. Like, you have all the different dragon parts, and they've kind of swapped each of them out so that every head is completely unique with its own print and brick combinations and everything. Hard to beat, but there is one that we think is the best dragon of all time.
And that would be the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon. Okay, guys, you might not agree with this. Please let us know what your number 1 dragon is. However, the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon is RAW. From a conceptualization standpoint, a skeleton dragon of this size is just cool, chido, kakoi.
It's hard to put into words how epic I think this is, because not only does it have the fabric wings, which I think elevated a lot of the previous dragons on this list, they're skeletal ripped wings. The chest literally opens up Makuta Fantoka style to let out all of the spiders and bones and stuff. That's incredible. And the brick built details from the head to the feet to the tail. And this isn't a good dragon either. This is a foe. In the series, it's a foe, and it is a threat.
It's just so authentic. And yeah, the thing that you want from dragons, and everyone's different. Maybe some people prioritize the cute dragons. I think a lot of people like dragons as a concept because they're so outrageously formidable, powerful, cool looking, dope, crazy, and out there. And that's something that this does to a whole new level. That was our top 100 dragons of all time. Did you make it to the end? If you did, comment down below. Daniel Lewa loves molded dragons? Huh? Anyways, Daniel Lewa, what did you learn from ranking the top 100 Lego dragons?
Dragons are really cool, and I think that the reason they have persisted in mythology and in popular media and everything for years and years and years is because it represents something that is incomprehensible. It's hard to understand. It's something that's not real, and it's something that people try to attribute their fears to, potentially, especially in the medieval times. And so I think still in, whether it's in Ninjago, whether it's in modern folklore, whether it's in D&D or Monkey Kid, dragons present this sort of awe. And I think a lot of the things in this list do kind of portray that awe, whether it's a thing of beauty or a thing to be feared. But the ones that really suffer in this are the ones where clearly corners have been cut. There's no awe, there's no epicness, there's no rawness, and it's just like, well, why is this a dragon? It could be a dog, it could be a cat. Like, if you're going to have a dragon, even a Duplo dragon, they at least even got it right. Have it be something that inspires awe and inspires you to want to overcome obstacles and become better.
I think we see it in Lego a lot because it's a very versatile creature and medium to use, because it could be a friend, it could be a foe, it could be underwater, it could be a skeleton, it could be a kid's toy, it could be an adult toy, it could be anything in between.
You're not sick of dragons yet after 100 plus that we've had so far?
They're not going to stop with the dragons. They're just not going to stop. Whether we want it or not, the dragons are going to keep coming. So open up your wallets and open up your hearts, and let's let more dragons come into our household.